Hello everyone, this is CZ&SK. Welcome to another Modpack overview, this time on EpicServer CZ&SK fabric version. So, what it adds is a mixture of things such as drawers, mobs, certain blocks to build with, tools, ores, and more. So, let's go through the content and then we'll go through the actual mod list for anything I've missed. So yeah, first up we have bamboo everything, which adds in additional blocks to then make stuff using bamboo, like so. So ladder, fence, door, bundle, slab, stairs, sort of thing. You've got the heart container from Level Up HP, which sort of adds a bit more to the health system, along with using experience, I think, for it. You've got simple drawers for adding in barrel-like options for storage. So you've either got your single one that stores a lot of one type, or you've got the double for still storing certain aspects, but obviously two instead of one, and having obviously smaller stacks to then store the equivalent of what it would be split in two. There's also a quadruple for 4 as well. There's also a drawer controller, along with upgrades and a key for assume security or other means. You've got Mob Z, which adds in additional, just get this here, mobs. We'll just spawn in a few so you can get an idea. So you've got an Enderman, you've got a Nether Wolf, you've got Steve, fast zombies, skeletons, boars, and more. So a ton of different things here. Obviously, change the difficulty just in case for some of them. Okay, along with some armor which you can get from some of the different mobs when they drop. So, such as an enchanted golden ingot, for example, or the metal ingot as well. Used for a few things. A metal shield, a bow, and a few other drops. There's also boss images, or mob images, I guess you could use if you want to, for display elements. You probably need an item frame for these, I guess, or so. Oh, there is also additional swords that I also forgot about, well, and a debug stick. Next we have blockers, which adds in additional blocks, along with a white oak that spawns in the world, and gives a bunch of other wood options and leaves. You've got options to do a bit more with terracotta, with pillars, filling in the gap of barrels, hedges, charred wood, additional glass, more uses for stone, there's asphalt, different patterns and looks, and certain changes to blocks. You've got water and lava bricks, you've got sandy bricks, soaked bricks, smooth purple, rainbow bricks, more uses for obsidian decoration wise, coloured lamps. There's limestone, marble, and bluestone added to the world, similar to how andesite, diorite, and granite sort of spawn. You've got paper uses, you've got additions to nether bricks, teal and charred versions, blaze versions, crate versions of food. You've got additional patterns for wool, and you've also got legacy blocks and a few other things in between. So yeah, you've got trap expansion for adding additional things like fans and spikes and slippery blocks, useful for mob farms. You've got cursed earth for obviously having mobs spawn on it, and it burning in daytime, and obviously the mobs will be more powerful. So useful for mob farms. You've got extra doors for adding in other door types, along with those that have glass in them. So gold, bamboo, and purple have the new additions now. You've got doors of infinity, which add in different realms, which you also need a structure for. But you can pretty much enter it and it'll give you an empty space, similar to a void dimension sort of thing, that you can build in. but you definitely want to be careful around using them. Otherwise, you've got things for it. You've got immersive portals for adding in a sort of expansion to portals, along with this portal helper block, I guess. There is also a dimension stack on the world select menu, which allows you to have dimension stack either from above or below. I'll just give the obsidian, the nether portal example. We're just having it always showing what's in the dimension. Just get an expanded one there. Go to flint and steel, and we can see that it'll load it up eventually. So it'll load a few chunks, and we'll be good to go. So that'll take a bit. Otherwise, we have more gems, adding in additional gem ores, some more tools, some armor, and then additional stuff like a hammer, a paxel, and excavator. I don't know if this is an older version or it is just that they maybe disabled the stuff, which I'm not sure if you can do, can't remember. There's also the Juju with additional abilities as well, for different potion effects. So that's now we've got our village, nether. We can seamlessly travel between, and we can see what's in the other world as well. So that's pretty much immersive portals there. And otherwise we have emerald tools, which adds in emerald, ruby, and steel tool tiers and armor, along with soul shards for obviously getting the shards, using the sword, putting it into a soul cage, and then having things sort of work out quite well for mob farms. And you've got amethyst tools, which adds in an entire tier of amethyst tools and armor, along with a multi-tool and a hammer. And yeah, there's obviously just things like voxel map for your world map, waypoints, and other stuff. And I think that is about it. The only other things is obviously auto switch for switching tools, auto fish, cave biomes to spruce up biomes, making doors, vents, gates, and trapdoors work together, dark loading screen, which you'll see obviously when the game's loading up, a vein miner option, easy feeding and breeding, so throwing food and then the mobs trying to work their way over to it. You've got diagonal panes that you can obviously have, right click harvesting, horse stats that appear in their inventory, wireless there, libraries, mod menu which you're using to interact with now. You've got Optifine, you've got Orderly, the health, roughly enough items for cheating things and finding recipes, and vanilla death chest, so you have a chest that works like a gravestone basically. So that is this mod pack. Thanks so much for watching, and goodbye.